Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we defeated Price and got the Glacier Badge, and in this episode, we have to go inside the radio tower back over in Golden City, because we found out that by listening to the radio, apparently Team Rocket has managed to hijack the radio channels, because they somehow managed to take over the radio tower. Yeah, finally take over the radio tower, yeah, we know. Now everyone will get to experience the true terror of Team Rocket. We'll show you how scary we are. Alright, so, yeah, even though we have literally just defeated Team Rocket over their hideout, yep, they're bad. We still have to go and, we got some more Rocket stuff to do, and, okay, guys, let me just say this right now. This part of Gen 2 right here is, without that, my least favorite part of this whole game, because, like, let me just tell you why. This place fucking drags. And the reason for that, because, like, not only is, like, kind of a back and forth, where you just go in the radio tower, do something else in the back of the radio tower, just having to fight more Rockets, but the biggest offender for this is the variety of it all. You're going to be facing nothing but, like, well, I've already told you what kind of Pokemon that Team Rocket uses, but, like, it's either stuff like Rattatas, Coughing, Zubats, well, you know, sometimes Zubats, but probably, like, Grinders and whatnot, mainly stuff like those, and, well, there's just one Rocket that uses a bunch of Rattatas we'll probably see pretty much later on. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can tell by the tone of my voice I'm saying right now, but yeah, this place fucking sucks. It's such a slog. It's boring as shit. I'm not even kidding. Like, when I recorded this, I, like, either paid little attention or, like, almost fell asleep, because at that point, I didn't even give a shit. I was like, ugh, why am I doing this again and again? I mean, you know, just don't get the wrong idea, you know, I love Gen 2, well, you know, I love the Johto games, but this part is what I dread the most. It really drags. It's just boring, and it's like, you know, just like, I just can't even take this. Like, might as well just let Team Rocket just take over the whole thing anyway. And, you know, honestly, one thing that I've mentioned beforehand about this being some kind of a loose plot thread is that, you know, back then that they were using the this signal from Mahogany Town from their hideout over to the Lake of Rage. And I think it's said that they're using that same kind of radio signal to broadcast the entirety of Pokemon nationwide, probably to just you know, take control of the Pokemon and then take over the world. But what they're doing right now is that they're actually trying to bring Giovanni back, and so that's probably what they're doing right here. But like, there wasn't really much explanation about like about why they were trying to piss off the Gyarados, or like force Magikarp to evolve in the Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. I mean, probably just enough to get Giovanni's attention or anything, just to try to bring it back. I don't know. The game never really explains it at all, because now it just goes right to just them trying to resurrect Team Rocket and just, you know, bring Giovanni back. But of course, you know, and you see that that all the people at the radio tower are held hostage. So normally, at situations like those, they would actually go and call the police and just to deal with Team Rocket, but nope, they don't ever think to do that. And it's even stated back in Gen 1 that apparently even the police force has trouble with Team Rocket themselves. So what do? They just rely on a 10-year-old kid to do the job for them. So yeah, that's what we do. I mean, granted, I know this is a world where, like, you know, if you have Pokemon with you, then, you know, you can be able to be able to get through anything, but still, you're a kid at 10 years old, and the grown adults, their own police force has trouble with Team Rocket, and they just rely on a 10-year-old kid. So, like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I love being a little scared. Oh, by the way, guys, so as you get here, I'm gonna cut this one out, because this guy, I'm not even kidding, uses 5, count them, 5 Rattatas. Yeah, nothing but Rattatas, all 5 of them. So I figure I'd just go ahead and cut this whole battle off just so that way there you guys won't have to see it. You're welcome. So anyhow, yeah, please excuse my ranting and bitching about all this here, but you know, I just can't help it though. It's boring. This place sucks. Now, I mean, the only thing I probably like about it, well, I guess the music, of course. I mean, I really do like this track here, especially Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where their instrumentation really does rock a lot more. At least some will probably have Pokemon we have yet to see though. I think this guy will use probably a couple of poison types, and I think we might just be seeing a Greymers Evolve form, unless I don't think we've already encountered, because I'm probably just gonna show him off anyway. But he is a required training or a required Rocket Grunt at least, so yeah, that's basically what it is. And you know, at least, you know, with this with a 10-year-old kid just having to defeat it. Okay, yeah, this will be our first encounter with Muk. Try spelling Muk backwards and see what you get. Anyway, so Muk has well, I think it has some pretty good defensive properties, if I'm not mistaken. It does have the move Acid Armor, so you want to use that for any kind of defensive stuff here. And there's somebody going outside my house. Oh, okay, it's a FedEx truck. So yeah, probably just a delivering package, which I'll get later. So anyway, so what was I gonna say? So yeah, they just rely on a 10-year-old kid for this, and it just goes to show that, like, with Team Rocket actually just being beaten once again by a 10-year-old kid, which is actually something that was already done like 3 years prior when Team Rocket was defeated by another 10-year-old kid, and that was during the time when Giovanni was running the organization. So yeah, yeah. One thing I do gotta say though, like one thing that's actually kind of cool, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they actually changed the kind of method to actually get to the radio tower, well, basically to infiltrate it. Because like only in this gen you can be able to get in there very easily. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you won't be able to access the radio tower right away. But what you can do though is that if you go to the underground area of Goldenrod City, you get to the part where like you're able to dress up your Pokemon just like you did in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. And so what you do is that you talk to one of those Team Rocket guys. They actually let you wear their Team Rocket uniform. So yeah, it's actually one of the instances that we actually put on a disguise as one of the bad guys here. Just join some evil right there, So yeah, you actually dress up as well, you're in the Team Rocket uniform, and then that's how you'll be able to gain access to the radio tower and just act as if you're part of Team Rocket. But then then Silver shows up, or fuckbag. He shows up, and then he basically strips your clothes back off or out. So yeah, yeah, he literally just strips your clothes out. And well, I mean, to be fair, granted, I mean you're still wearing the regular clothes under there, so I mean it's kind of weird in a way. But it's already spawned a lot of fan art right there. Yeah, trainers are 10 years old, by the way. Anyway, and so after that, that's how you battle the rocket run that was going into play. So yeah, that's kind of a different method there. And I think that was our first encounter with Wheezing. I would say, yeah, our first encounter with Wheezing. Evolved from coughing, and that just used self-destruct. So yeah, that rocket guy just used self-destruct whereas Wheezing self-destruct, and he goes like, "You gotta be kidding!" But well, I was like, well, "You're the one that commanded your Wheezing to self-destruct, so yeah." Yeah. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that with the whole rocket shenanigans that we had to deal with, and all that stuff. It's really not much to say about it. So trying to think of what there is to talk about. One thing to talk about, yeah, I did mention in the last episode that they did announce the going off topic here. So yeah, as I mentioned, they announced the live-action Zelda movie, and I'm absolutely hyped for this. That's kind of when my inner fanboy was just coming out there. So yeah, that's something to be excited for, and wonder who's gonna cast the characters here. I mean, a lot of best guess about Tom Holland as Link, and probably kind of hoping Danny DeVito as Tingle. Yeah. So there's a section right here in the radio tower where we can't really access this part here because we have to have a card key, and that's going to be in like the second half of the radio tower that we're going to be getting to. So yeah, that's actually what we need. And how do we get this card key, we may ask? Well, let's find out. So basically what we have to do is that we actually have to go and find the director who's apparently being held hostage by Team Rocket themselves, and so we have to go over there and help him. So that's just basically what we gotta do. Oh, and also, by the way, folks, well, I mean, probably not so much of a spoiler, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Giovanni, like, even though Giovanni has been mentioned many times, and that's basically a Team Rocket's goal right now to bring him back. Giovanni actually doesn't appear in this game at all, like not in the entire Gen 2. So yeah, like he's been mentioned several times, but he just doesn't appear at all. He actually does appear in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but that's only locked in an event for some weird-ass reason that I'll never understand for the life of me. He actually does appear in this, like, you'll see him in this Celebi event that's unfortunately no longer accessible unless if you have an action replay or any other kind of cheating device. That's actually, by this point, the only way you'll be able to access it. But yeah, he's only logged into this event, and that's actually where you get to battle him. But only if you have that event Celebi that like I say, you can only use action replay for that. Which I still would like to think again if it's a working one. Which I really don't know why they just locked him in there to just to like being event exclusive. Like, I don't know if it's either just laziness or if it's just their kind of way of being some sort of special event or something. But like that's just not even fair to us, because like we want to fight Giovanni. That's what it is. I forgot what Pokemon he uses though. So anyway, so new Pokemon we encountered. This is Porygon. Porygon, it's very known to have the move Tri Attack, which can cause either burn, freezing, or paralysis, which is basically what's using now. And it has it can use some certain moves like a conversion, where it can change its typing, which is initially a normal type, and also gets a new evolution in this gen called Porygon 2, which is probably one of the more pain in the ass evolutions, because you have to have this item called the upgrade and then trade it over while it's holding it, and then you just have trade, and then that's how it evolves to Porygon 2. And it gets even more of a pain in the ass in Gen 4, where it has a new evolution of Porygon Z. And yes, we all know about Porygon here, where it's very well known for being controversial about like that one episode of the anime that caused many Japanese kids to be sent to the hospital because of seizure attacks. Even though it was actually Ash's Pikachu that caused all this, so that's why Porygon hasn't appeared much in the anime. So anyway, here's top floor, and there's director. Or so we thought, as they're expecting. He's an imposter. Oh my god, he's sus! Mind blown! Anyway, so yeah, it's actually the imposter here for Team Rocket, actually, and so now we have to fight him. And ladies and gentlemen, this is without a doubt one of the worst executive fights of all time. Like, holy, he's a 6 Pokemon, but wanna know what he uses? He has 5 coughings and 1 wheezing. That's it! And, oh my god, this, without a doubt, the worst kind of variety that you could ever do with battling the executive. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. It's just, And so because of that, like, you can actually just use either Psychic or Ground-type moves unless you're playing Heart-Gold and Silver has the Levitate ability. And, you know, it just drags so much. I hate this fight, just because of how just lazy it is. And basically, every single one of the coughings, except for one, let's see, all the coughings and this wheezing here, they all know the moves as Smokescreen, Tackle, Sludge, and Self-Destruct. With the exception of one coughing, though, where actually knows Smog instead of Self-Destruct. So yeah, that's just basically it, and yeah, that's just all I'm going to say. And this battle's going to take forever, though, because I'm going to use a Water next since use Dig, but I'm going to take like 4 turns for this, because that coughing doesn't really, or those coughings don't really go down one hit at all, so I don't really get to one-shot those. So that's why this battle's going to take forever. And so, yeah. Honestly, God, there's really just not much to commentate over. Like, there's really nothing to say at this point. So, to keep the commentary consistent and, you know, to make sure to actually just have something to say, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to go back over to Wikipedia, and I'm going to go ahead and just read off the list of glitches that are Gen 2. You know, just for the sake of having something to say, because I don't want to bore you guys to death with the lack of variety that the game just had to provide. So, yeah, I have to apologize, but, you know, let's go ahead and read the glitches, you know, to those of you who might have your curiosity peaked for this here. So, anyway, so let's see, looking on Bulbapedia here, starting with Gold, Silver, and Crystal, all languages. First up, the Celebi A glitch, but that's in its own page, so I'm going to skip that one. Daycare experience loss. In this generation only, when a Pokemon is withdrawn from the daycare, its experience is rounded down to the minimum value for the current level. As a result, a Pokemon can lose experience at the daycare. For instance, a level 99 Lugia or Ho-Oh has any value between 1,212,873 and 1,249,999 experience points. Once it obtains a total of 1,250,000 experience points, it will reach level 100. If a Lugia or Ho-Oh is deposited in the daycare when it has 1,249,999 experience points, needing just 1 more point to reach level 100, but the player immediately withdraws it without walking any steps, then this Pokemon will revert to exactly 1,212,873 experience points, the minimum amount for level 99, losing 37,126 experience points in the process. Inter-regional teleport quirk. If the player travels to either Kanto or Johto in the SS Aqua and then teleports, they will be taken to either the Vermilion or Olivine Pokemon Center, as opposed to the last Pokemon Center they use in either region. This does not occur with the Magnet Train. If the player loses a battle during their trip, they will be sent to their cabin instead. SS Aqua Map Glitch. If the player uses the Pokegear map while traveling on SS Aqua, the ship appears as a small sprite at the bottom right corner. However, the map cursor erroneously selects Newbark Town by default as the player's current place. It is not possible to select SS Aqua on the map. The feature to select SS Aqua on the map is technically programmed in the game, but not actually available to the player. Legendary Beast Cry Distortion. When the player checks Entei's Pokedex entry, it plays its cry, and then immediately switches to either Suicune's or Raikou entries. Their cry will be distorted. Pokemon Cloning has their own kind of pages here. Let's see. Strain 0 Pokerus. Oh yeah, Pokerus is a thing in this gen, which I'll explain later. Pokerus strain values of 0 can be generated by the Pokerus generation algorithm with probability 15 and 255. The primary cause is incorrectly placed scratch register copy, which expresses when the high 4 bits are 0, goddamn. In this case, part of the logic is skipped, and because the bit test cleared the lower 4 bits and the higher bits are 0, a value of 0 is copied to the scratch register, whose low bits become the strain. The day count of 1 is then derived from the 0 as normal. Strain 0 in Generation 2 behaves almost as normal. It is visible in the status screen, it triggers the Nurse Joy and Professor Ohm dialogues, it spreads as normal, it increases status experience gain as normal, and it is cured over time as normal. The lone abnormality is that when Strain 0 is cured, it does not leave the Pokemon in a post-infection state, but in a state as if it had never been infected, like if traded to a Generation 1 game. It can catch Pokerus again, does not block Pokerus spread, and does not have increased status experience again. Time Capsule Glitches, Time Capsule Exploit. The Time Capsule Exploit works around the programming checks put in place on the Time Capsule to prevent players from trading Generation 2 Pokemon to the Generation 1 games. Trade Evolution Learn Set. Generation 1 Pokemon that evolve by trading can be taught glitch moves. This can be achieved by trading such Pokemon from Generation 1 game to a Generation 2 game. And, looks like the battle's over, so I'll just stop myself there. Alright, so yeah, we're all done. And, with this also, coughing and wheezing and all that. Sorry for this performance there with how I could have used a different strategy there, so... Anyway, so it says here that they stashed the real director into the basement of the underground warehouse. Or the Goldenrod Underground, where the warehouse is. And so now we have the basement key. And so yeah, that's basically one of the also one of the worst parts. We had to leave the radio tower for now, and then we have to go to the underground part of Goldenrod City. So that way there we can actually just find the real director, and then just finish where we start with Team Rocket. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys look forward to more of this Rocket Shenanigans. But hopefully what I'm going to do is I'll just go through the underground, since there's doesn't really take that long, and then it'll just finish off the radio tower, since it'll just be in short time. So anyways, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, we are going to head to the underground and finish off, find the director, and then see if we can finish off Team Rocket, and hopefully we'll be done with this godforsaken part of it, Gen 2. Yeah. See you guys next time.